Today's date is 7 February 2017. My name is Attorney Cedra Vitale. I am an immigration attorney in private practice in the Boston area. Today, while we're waiting for decisions on some particularly pressing immigration-related issues, I thought I would explain what it means to have an anchor baby. You may not have heard the term used really recently in the media, but it's something that sort of comes up in cycles where persons will claim that women come to the United States to give birth to their children so they can be anchor babies and get status from those babies, as if magically the second you have a child born in the United States, you automatically accrue some kind of benefit. So I thought I would walk you through a much more likely version of that scenario. So, suppose your name is Maria Elena. You're from El Salvador. You're 17 years old. Growing up in El Salvador, at the age of 17, you come to the attention of a member of one of the gangs. He pressures you to become a member, to become a gang girlfriend, is what they're called. He won't take no for an answer. He threatens you, he threatens your family, he threatens to have his fellow gang members kill all your brothers. So what do? Well, either you give in and you be raped repeatedly and become a gang girlfriend, or you flee. So you flee for the United States. You come overland because you don't have any money. You have to cross Guatemala, and then you have to cross Mexico. During the period of time that it takes for you to do that, like many women who are making that overland crossing, you get raped. So now you're pregnant, although you don't know it yet. But you managed to make it across Guatemala. You managed to make it across Mexico. You managed to not be sex trafficked like so many women on that overland route are. You managed to escape the predation of any sex traffickers. And the women who get sex trafficked within Mexico stay in Mexico. They aren't sex trafficked from Mexico into the United States. Although many women are sex trafficked into the United States, a great many women who embark on this trip overland to come to the United States never make it. And they never make it because they are killed along the way, or they never make it because they get sex trafficked inside of Mexico. They never make it because they die crossing the desert because they ran out of water too fast. But you survive. You make it across Mexico. You make it across the border. You don't run out of water. So now you're in the United States. You finally make contact with a cousin or aunt or half-brother who already lives there. You buy a bus ticket and you go to Massachusetts or Kentucky or wherever that relative is. And then you find out that you're pregnant. You know how you got that way. But you love this child anyways because you're a good Catholic or good evangelical Christian. You love your child. The thought of abortion never even crosses your mind. You have your baby. You settle down. You raise your child. You set down roots in the community. And you meet someone new and you fall in love with them and you marry them and you have children with them. When your kids get old enough, you start cleaning houses on the side to pick up a little extra money while they're in school. After 10 years, you have the chance, if you want to take it, and it's a risk, of going before an immigration judge to try and prove exceptional and extremely unusual hardship to those U.S. citizen children that you've birthed, those anchor babies. And if you can't prove exceptional and extremely unusual hardship to one or all of them, you won't get that green card. If you can't prove your good moral character, you won't get that green card. How do you go about proving your good moral character? Better not have gotten in any trouble with the law, that's for sure. But also, once you're in the proceeding before the judge, and you get a work card, and you get a social security number, you gotta go pay back taxes to show your good moral character. Because people of good moral character comply with their duty to pay taxes. So you do all that, and you pay your taxes, and you hired an immigration attorney for all this. And they're going to charge you anywhere from $7,000 to $20,000 to do your case, and your case is going to take 2 years, if you're lucky, 4. maybe even longer. And at the end, the judge might say, "No, you didn't show me exceptional and extremely unusual hardship to those kids. I'm going to order you deported now." That's an anchor baby. That's what it means to have an anchor baby. The concept of anchor baby is insulting to the women who bear children on this earth, and it's truly laughable to us immigration lawyers. There is no such thing as an anchor baby. There's just people who have kids and try and raise them, and maybe become eligible for a green card sometime later. But only if you didn't get picked up by immigration when you crossed the border, because if you did, you can't make use of this anchor baby. So that's how anchor babies actually work. And I'm sure there's some woman out there who gets a tourist visa and comes into the United States so that she can give birth so that her kid will be a U.S. citizen. More power to you, sister. I'm glad that you're well off enough that you can afford to fly to another country to give birth, because the average woman can't. And if you're that well off enough, you don't need to immigrate to the United States at some later date based on your anchor baby. You just want your kid to be a U.S. citizen so that they can go to school here more easily. More power to you. Let that kid be a U.S. citizen. Let that kid come here for school. Let that kid be raised here. Let that kid contribute to the economy. Let that kid be a great citizen. I want that kid. Anchor baby.